Yo, what is up guys, it is your boy Sub-Zero Xtabyte here again, with a brand new video. Noob vs Pro in the Minecrafts. Of course I am the pro and our helper Steve is obviously the noob. Just look at his outfit. He does not know anything about the modern fashion game these days. Shall we begin? Yes, that is a great idea. Let's begin. So today we are going to do 3 challenges. Firstly, me and MR Noob are going to build the best house we can, and see who is better at building the houses in the Minecrafts. I hope I can get some support from all of you at home that are watching this video right now. Wait, how do I know you are watching this video? Am I the Illuminati? Am I the Matrix? Or am I just one of the best wizards this world holds? If I am truly a wizard, I can build a house that consists of some great block variety. The first step to building a dank house is getting rid of all the poopy blocks that you are currently holding. You are not going to need poopy blocks, because would you want to live in a poopy house? Yes? No, of course you would not want to live in poop. If you have done that, you are going to want to take the blocks that you think look really good and would want to live inside. I strongly suggest you build with them processes wood blocks. They look pretty damn good if I do say so myself. The next step is choosing the right door. If you don't want a door, you are not a good builder. Make a great wall for your new home, not a wall that our big friend in America is going to build for the Mexicanos. We also don't want to have strangers in our house, but it should look good. If you destroy the pillar blocks, your outer wall will look better than ever before. Not like Miley Cyrus. She looked good before, but now look at her. She obviously does not know that you have to take down pillars to look good. If you truly want to look good, you have to build windows. Now we want our little house to look good, don't we? If we want that, we accomplish that with building some holes to put our windows in. When you are done with putting windows in your home and done with laying a floor, you want to go outside and make the base of your roof. You don't want this to be made of wood. Wood does not look good. Wood not looking good as a rhyme. Maybe I should consider being a rapper. If you have done that, you should whip out some stone that you gathered with your pickaxe and have cooked in your furnace. Then you make stone blocks out of them. They look so much better than regular stone. They have that extra curve in them which looks pretty darn good even if they are just some stones. We are now making the roof. If you successfully have replaced the beginning roof with stones, your house should not leak. Stones prevent your roof from leaking. Is that not obvious? Yes, do I think that is obvious? Now we are going to throw some furniture in our new MTV crib. You want to whip out that furnace, a crafting table for basic needs, and a chest to store your possessions that you find along the way. If you could spare some wood, you are going to want to put some fences outside. Put some torches on them and you should be good to go. Now let's see how our little helper Steve is doing. Do you see what he did wrong? He is not making a lot of variety in this house. We did that with the stone blocks on the roof. It looks good and prevents the leaking of rain off the roof. But wait, what did Steve do there? He put down a bed in his little shabby house. That is a great idea, even if I say so myself. We forgot that, but we are not going to sleep because we are way too busy with looking at our new home. If you have successfully followed all of these steps, you can see who is the pro and who is the noob. What I really desire right now is a waffle. Waffles are great. They taste delicious and they come in shapes and sizes. Back in the days they didn't have waffles. Hold on, let me whip out a sign to make sure you see the difference between noob and pro. This is the noob house built by our noob Steve, as you can see. Now this is a bit more advanced, because this is the pro house. Now part 3 comes in place. We are going to see who is better at making a door made out of redstone, and redstone in general. Redstone is red. You want to know what else is red? M&M's, strawberries, watermelons, a nice red apple. I could really go for a juicy apple right now, but that is not the purpose of this video. The purpose is to teach you guys the difference between noob and pro. Now if we are going to take some TNT right now, some pressure plates and some sticky pistons. Pistons are sticky because they are made out of slime. Do you have a clue how slimes are sticky? Me neither, mate. Now let's just look for a good spot to build our little design that is going to blow Steve his mind. I think this place should do. It has all our basic needs to build. Let's dig a tunnel so we have some space to walk around and have some place to build our hefty divide. If we do this just right, we are the pros and not Steve. Now this is a story about how my life got turned upside down. And I like to take a minute. Just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Minecraft in West Minecraft town, born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days, keeling out Max and relaxing cool and all shooting some basketball outside of the school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, "You are moving with your auntie and uncle in Minecraft North Hair." Now that was a theme song from a TV show back in the days. I thought I might as well spit some bars here and there because I rhymed those two words in the beginning. I might become a rapper when I'm done. Now I have built some redstone trail that works for the purpose of the video. Now while we are fixing and showcasing this, why not tell you a little story about how I used to not be able to swim in Minecraft. I built a boat because of that and I was having the time of my life on the water. I was just rowing and rowing until I could see a mushroom island so I could take a mushroom home. Those cows look really amazing and they are just made out of mushrooms. So after a while of rowing, I could see an island with many colors. That was the mushroom island. When I got there I stashed my boat in a safe place so I could look for a mushroom that I was going to adopt that day. I found Betsy. Betsy is a very special cow. She only eats mushrooms. That explains why she transformed into a mushroom. She wanted me to take her boyfriend cow with us. I told her there was no place on my little raft that I was going to take her home on. I wanted to take her to the boat but I could not find the boat. I thought I was going insane. I went for a little while with Betsy for a mission to find the boat on the island. I looked around but I could not see any sign of the boat. Betsy told me I should build a new boat but that boat was very special for me. I built that boat when I was back in West Minecraft when I had not yet discovered mushroom islands. Then I looked to the right and I saw Steve on my boat. He stole my boat on that day. Let me put a sign here so we can clearly see who is the noob and who is the pro. Let me fly back real quick to the last stage to see what our little thief Steve built. Well then, what is this hefty device? He built it next to a shabby house. What could that device do? I don't think it could have much of a purpose. The boat stealer just finished his device here. What is that? He pushed the lever, but it is not doing anything at all. Oh, that is what it does. He is a little bit stupid and I think he attached some TNT on his thing. Let me take you to my device. Let me tell you this, it is a wicked door that can be opened from a couple of blocks away. If I pull the lever it should open the secret door. Go on, Steve the thief. You can pull the lever over there so I can show you what is inside this so-called secret door that is over there. Go on, pull the switch. Now let's go inside. Let's go inside so I can show you what is inside. Looks like the skeleton spawned in here because I forgot to hang some torches on the side of the wall. He looks friendly so that is not a problem. Okay, so if we just pull the lever we should trap Steve. It is payback for what he did to me back in the days. Now the final stage is fighting. Steve has never been in a fight before. I gave him some leather armor and gave him a wooden sword. Now if we just spawn some slimes he should be able to handle those. He maybe could learn from the slimes and next time build a door that opens as well instead of an exploding house. I don't think Steve has ever been in a fight before. He fights a bit like a girl. He does not really know what to do. But I mean, hey, he is not all bad. He has not died yet. Of course they are only slimes though, but still, it is not all too easy to defeat slimes with a wooden sword and a poopy armor made out of leather. Maybe it is made out of Betsy. Hey, I do not think I have told you the ending of that story yet. Where were we? Oh, that's right. I saw Steve leaving with my handmade boat, and as you know I could in the matter of fact not swim. But that is when me and Betsy saw her boyfriend cow. His name was Peter the Mushroom. He was living a pretty happy life on the island, but he wanted to marry Betsy. I explained the situation to Peter, and he was happy to help. I could not swim yet, but Peter offered me to hop on his back because apparently he knew how to swim. He told us that because he ate so many mushrooms he turned into a mushroom and he cannot sink because the mushrooms are very light. I then hopped on his back and Betsy followed. She was made out of mushrooms as well, so it was an easy job. We had to swim a while though because the island was pretty far from my house. Sadly Peter could not fulfill the length of the sea, and he was struggling after half a mile. He eventually gave up after a quarter more. Betsy was still behind us and she said that she could see land already. I hopped on Betsy her back and from that point on we could not see Peter anymore. Peter drowned. It was a very sad moment for both of us. We talked about it during the swim to the shore. Betsy said she saw a shabby house. We walked there to maybe get some help. The house was shabby, a bit like Steve built at the beginning of the video. No one was home so we waited a while. Then we saw someone on a raft. The raft looked like the one I built. It was Steve the thief and he admitted he stole the boat. We became kind of friends, but he was never good at anything. Hands down why he became the noob in this series. When we tied Betsy to a fence we went looking for Peter. but there was no sign of Peter the mushroom. We eventually gave up and went back to his shabby house. When we got there, Betsy was gone as well. We went searching for her as well. We went south and found a canyon near a mountain where we were going to look for her, because from that mountain you could see the island where Betsy and Peter lived. We saw some mushrooms, but there was no sign of neither of them. We gave up and called it a day. When we were at home, we talked a bit about life and stuff. We just talked all night and made a plan about how we were going to enter the canyon. We would dig a hole in the side and just peek a bit now and then. We were there and we found some diamonds that we made this sword with that I am fighting with right now. We went hungry for some more diamonds or some other good ores. When we found some more, we decided it would be smarter to go home. When we were on the way home, we found a spot with a lot of cows and sheep. That is when I saw a wild mushroom in the herd. We walked over there and it was Betsy. We took her home and she said she was going for a walk and got lost, so she just chilled with other cows. We got to the spot where the home was, but it was gone. How did it just disappear? We saw some silverfish on the spot. Their bellies seemed full of stone. They just ate Steve's house, lol. We built a new house with a fence to strap Betsy on. We called it a day and slept until sunrise. When it was daytime, we saw another portal. We went in for a quick look. What we saw there, it was a day to be never forgotten. We fought a dozen of magma cubes. Steve was just chilling while I was fighting them and Betsy was distracting the cubes. But then we saw some mushrooms. We decided to make a campfire, which actually is pretty easy in the Nether, cause you know, everything is on fire. We cooked the shrooms and we dug a hole. We got to a point where we all fell. It was a bit like a cave, a pretty ghetto cave. We could not find a way out because the entrance was on fire and we had no blocks to build up. When we were trapped for a day and shared everything there is to be shared, a cow put out the fire at the entrance. It was Peter. But how? How could Peter be here? In the Nether, the cave was so dark until that point. The bats had bitten Betsy and she was having some foam in her mouth. She was sick and there was no cure. We searched for some ghast tears so we could make a potion that would cure her. There were no ghasts that day. When we got back, the cave was empty. No sign of Betsy. Again, we all assumed she just went for a walk again or something like that. We searched and searched, but we could not find a Betsy. When we went to search the Nether portal to return to the normal world, our tools broke. We had to fight everything with our bare hands. There was nothing to fight, but we did see a couple pigmen that were standing around a strange object. We went in for a closer look. It was Betsy. Peter was hoping it was just another cow, but he could not hold his anger. He hit one of the pigmen. That was not a smart move. The pigmen started to attack us when we were at a low. No tools to fight with. No stamina left to fight them. But it had to be done. We fought until there was no pigmen left in the Nether. It took us days. We returned to the portal and went back to our house. It was night though. We decided to set up camp. Some zombies attacked us. Some skeletons. No big deal. But then a wave of creepers came closer. We quickly crafted some bows and decided to fight them instead of running. We killed a couple, but they came closer. That is when some strange noises came closer. It was a herd of zombies. We could fight them at the beginning as well, but they multiplied fast. There was an unending wave of zombies. We were trapped. No way to run, and we could not fight. Steve had some dirt in his pockets and we decided to build a little wall. It managed to hold it for a minute. Luckily Steve was a noob. It really helped us that day. We dug a hole while the zombies started piling up until they were on top of the wall. At that point we were dug in. Underneath the wall, we dug an underground passage to get away. We succeeded in that and went back to the house. The house was not destroyed this time and Peter was still there. It all worked out for us. The herd was a couple miles away and it seemed all good. But there was one small problem. Steve built the house and he was unaware of the stone roof tactic. The roof was leaking and it began to be pretty darn wet inside. Our firewood was so wet it stopped burning. At that point we needed to seek shelter elsewhere. We went to the swamp that was only a couple of blocks away. We knew there was a house there and it had no sign of life. But when we entered we all felt a strange feeling. A witch had spelled a cast on us. She said there would be no way out unless we made some beef patties out of our friend Peter. Luckily for me I am a wizard so I could fight the witch. No one knew I was a wizard but I was a wizard. We killed one witch but a couple of minutes later we heard some noises outside. That was when a couple of witches ganged up on us. Peter was still not been cooked and Steve was still a noob and was still not doing poop. That is the moment we all died. It has been your boy 0 sub X to byte. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm out.